I don't really have an issue with wearing it because I don't believe in boycotts. We received some feedback last week, which you probably didn't read.
Oh, we got to the LinkedIn page.
Yeah, but this T-shirt, Mike, no?
It's a video game, surely.
Is it Red Dead Redemption?
Keelan called it out to you. He's next to you. We're actually being outnumbered by producers at the moment.
Cast of thousands in this room.
Yes, it's Red Dead Adir 2, and my kids bought me this T-shirt during COVID for my birthday, which was very nice of them. One of my kids.
I'm surprised your muscles haven't just blown out.
And so the reason I'm wearing this T-shirt is I did read an article in the Wall Street Journal in their book reviews, and there is a professor in the US of history, and he got back into video games after 20 years of not playing during COVID and played this game Red Dead Redemption 2 and said, it's so historically accurate that I'm going to create a course about the US from 1880 to 1920 using this game as the basis for it. And the course is completely sold out, as you might imagine. Absolutely. And so he's now written a book about this whole concept. And his argument basically is that professors are all complaining that the liberal arts are becoming less popular, especially history and Latin as it happened, which maybe hasn't been used for a while. But history, and his argument is you basically have to go to where the students are. And so he's done that. So I think
where the puck is.
And so the reason I wore this T-shirt today is because last week's T-shirt, you probably don't remember what the T-shirt was that I was wearing.
I was distracted by
it was a Lacoste T-shirt.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And the feedback that we got was this, which I haven't checked this, so maybe I'm defaming Lacoste in saying this, but I'm just repeating what somebody else said to us. They said to me in a nice, I would say, a not deliberately passive-aggressive way, how do you feel about the fact that you're wearing one of the few brands that has not complied with sanctions against Russia and is still being sold in Russia?
Okay.
That's an interesting question.
Yeah.
And so how do you feel about that before I say how I feel about that? I mean, when I say they don't comply with sanctions, they're not sanctioned, right? They've chosen to continue selling in Russia.
I think there's a lot of businesses that still sell in Russia that we don't know about, would be one point I'd make there.
How do you feel? How would you wear a T-shirt? Now that you know that about Lacoste, let's say you would have worn Lacoste, would you wear it?
I think there's complexities in the Russia-Ukraine thing that I think us in the West gloss over. I think there was... And not condoning the aggression of Russia.
Your argument can be, because I'm not going to let you into all of this, but your not because like your views will be good, but like this, it's like an endless piece of string to discuss that particular war.
Well, I think it's relevant here because you've asked about it.
No, but your view is your hesitancy in not wearing Lacoste would be because of the nature of this particular war. But if it was a clearer cut war where you thought good, bad, very easy to know, how would you feel then about wearing?
A Palisade thing on my head? Well, probably not.
Right. Well, that's I've thought about this a lot, and I feel a bit differently about this. And that is that I don't really have an issue with wearing it because I don't believe in boycotts. Like I'm not a supporter of I don't oppose countries running boycotts against other countries. For example, like Russia can't export their oil or something, although they are, right? And Iran notionally can't export their oil. But like when you start getting into, I don't like this about a particular company, so I'm going to boycott that company. I feel like you as an individual can make your own choice about that. But this whole movement of like, well, you shouldn't, and by the way, this listener was not saying that, right?
Yeah.
But, for example, when Kanye made all of his anti-Semitic comments, I kept listening to his music. Like it didn't really...
You don't fly guitar. It's interesting.
I don't fly guitar. I know. But I don't think it should be banned.
I'll be flying guitar before listening to Kanye. Mainly because Kanye's such a deplorable person, generally.
And so when Ben and Jerry's had issues with selling into parts of Israel. So I stopped eating Ben and Jerry's.
Really?
Yeah, but that's because ice cream is the thing that makes me happiest in this world, right?
Unilever, which is
I know, but I just couldn't. When I was eating it after that happened, I couldn't get that thought out of my mind, and it ruined my experience of eating this ice cream. And so for me, it's just all about. I don't believe in boycotts. I think. Make your own decisions as an individual about what you want to do or not.
You don't believe in in pushing other people to. Yeah, no, I think that's completely fine.
Exactly. Yeah. I just hate the whole movement because the thing is
it's cancel culture really, and I think we both hate that culture.
Right. And I also think every company or individual somewhere has done something that you disagree with. And so the reason you're using them is just because you don't know about that thing that you don't like about them. And it's kind of like if you're unlucky enough or dumb enough to go and express the thing that's going to be very unpopular, then notionally you'll get cancelled.
I hate the whole cancel culture thing full stop. Yeah. I think your point is right. You shouldn't be imposing. If you want to hold a view, but don't impose your views on other people.
Definitely. Anyway, so
Albeit that's what we do on the show for 2 hours
now-
a week, but yeah.
and having said that, I didn't wear the Lacoste t-shirt this week. Although that was more like I don't want to wear the same t-shirt.
You're like a
There's
Monday. You're like Todd Sampson.
There's a lot of
podcast.
there's a lot of pressure now that it's on video. I mean, a few
Think about me. I'm next to bloody Hulk Hogan over here.
well, a few people said to me, "You tell me you're a millennial, but you've just referenced Hulk Hogan."